traveling woman. Morning dew and sunrise move you on. Their eyes long for you somewhere on the horizon, that maybe she'll come back again. Now somewhere over the mountain, somewhere she is dreaming, somewhere she writes fairy tales about it. Somewhere over the mountain, love still is fleeting. Somebody told me, someone heard her say she needs to change.
Hello, and welcome to Reality Check. I'm your host, Lou Meyer, and my guest this week, my friend Adele Taylor and Chad York and friends. Michelle, this is Chad, Michelle, and Cedar, who's kind of hiding over in the corner there.
Cedar's gonna play bass in a minute.
We'll be playing bass in a minute for them. And so thanks for watching the show. This week we want to talk a little bit, aside from having this great music, in case you haven't read the paper, NCTV is once again in financial trouble. And I wanted to bring on Adele specifically to talk a little bit about this, and she has been involved in Foothills Community Access Television since pretty much the beginning with FCAT, and she was there when I first started working on television. Adele, thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you, Lou.
Really appreciate it. So let's give people a little bit of a history of the TV station and talk a little bit about what, you know, in the initial stages, what was going on.
In the initial stages, I wasn't there for the original contract, but I understand it was not a contract that was successfully written for someone who had a lot of knowledge about television and maybe the cost that it might incur. And so we started out with a very small budget. I think we were getting like 5% of 95% that was allotted, which was like a 2% fee for, at that time, it wasn't Comcast, it was, do you remember who that was?
Whatever cable company at
Whatever
the time,
cable company it was, because they had the monopoly. So for them to be able to come in here, they had to offer certain things for the community. And it was based on PEG, Public, Education, and Government. So we had to have certain sectors that were given to us. Mm-hmm. So we had a signal. And then like anything, signals, this became expensive. And so everybody started arguing about where the money was going to come.
Just to have people be clear about this, the Comcast, the agreement with Comcast is based on the fact that Comcast is allowed to hang their cables in our cities and our county, and as a result of that, they have to supply the channels that Adele mentioned, but they also have to, based on subscribership, a certain percentage of funds comes into the cities and county. Unfortunately, the cities and county have gotten used to keeping the money, and it's cost more and more to have the television station. And up until now, Dr. McAteer at the Superintendent of Schools has been covering the cost of this, although if you remember correctly, last summer they had to shut down the station for a period of time until the school year opened, and Dr. McAteer was willing again to foot the bill. The negotiations for Comcast have been going on for 2 years now, mm-hmm. and with no end in sight, it seems like. And we feel that it's if you're part of the community that enjoys community access television, and this is the only place you're going to get local folks like ourselves, we're all volunteers here, coming on, and hopefully I'm presenting some interesting folks, other people in your community that are doing things, and maybe telling you things you won't read in the paper, and keep you abreast of current issues. So anyhow, that's the idea of what's going on here. We have a short window period of time to go to the city council meetings, city councils and board of supervisors, and express our concern about the imminent closure of NCTV. So what we're encouraging folks to do, if you'd be willing to do this, please go to the city council meetings, go to the board of supervisors meetings, even if you just hang out during the public speaking period in support of NCTV. A few of us will go up and speak to the city council members and the board of supervisors in favor of our station. And if you show up with en masse and help to support us, we can leave after the public part of the talks occurs, but you'll help to support us and help to keep this going, and maybe get the cities and county to start kicking loose some of these funds and to close this negotiation with Comcast before things get moved off into the state or federal level, which is what they're trying to do with Proposition 2987, which you saw Lou Sitzer a couple of weeks ago on my show talking about. So sorry, Adele, I didn't want to go into this big long run on, but that's what's going on here. And folks, if you don't support this, if you don't take a little time out and go out and let the public officials know that this is a community thing and you're the community and you voted for them and it's their job to take care of what you want, then this will go away as well, and we'll lose yet another one of our freedoms of speech.
Do you have any dates that you can tell them?
You know, I don't have the dates written down, but you can always go to the union or the city councils and board of supervisors websites or the Mind Nevada County and find out when the next city council meetings and that sort of thing are. Now, just to mention a few people that you've seen on my show, so these are folks in your community that you may not even have known about, except that they were on public access television. Beth Moore Haynes, Keyman Jim, Dr. Don Williams, Mary Greer, Tarot specialist, an internationally renowned Tarot person, Jim Cunningham, Saul Rayo, you all know Saul, I'm in his band. He's come on the show many times to support NCTV. Ed Buren, Lou Sitzer, the director of the station. Next week I'll have Terry Lamphere, he's running for the Board of Soups. Brian O'Leary, he was an astronaut and a physicist. Martin Webb and Rob Rush from Planet Solar. Kimberly Bass, another famous musician locally. Eric Tome, the energy guy. Ray Darby. Renette Senham, who just had the fabulous yet another town hall conference this past weekend. And amigo Bob Contasano and tons of other people that I don't want to write them all down. So those are all folks that I've had on my show, and all the other folks that have television shows here. And we're all volunteers. All the other producers have interesting shows as well. And not to mention the Republicans, the Democrats, it's all here.
And actually, a lot of my shows have been through the Nevada County Poetry Series. I've videotaped a lot of the Dharma teachings. I've videotaped a lot of things for this, the library series. We have author night. Matter of fact,
Gary Snyder.
Gary Snyder. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of different things that are happening there. And matter of fact, the library is networking with us at NCTV. So, I mean, it's
City
really
Council
so
meetings,
in City Council. I was just videotaping something for Joan Buffington from KVMR, and we had this whole thing about what was happening with our health care initiatives. And people showed up in droves, and that was really at the superintendent's at the Root Center. I mean, so public access is really a quality of life that we need to embrace. So it's not just about whether or not you have cable or don't have cable. It's if we realize that we've built this infrastructure, and if you were to come down and see this studio and see how lovely it is, all the different mics, 3-camera shoot, the talent that is coming in and out of here, the computers, the lessons. We also have the opportunity, and I really want to thank someone like Terry McAteer, who helped provide training. He saw that he was ahead in his vision to realize that a lot of the kids here were not going to go to college or universities. They were maybe not going to go to Sierra College except for in and out. And so he saw that with Grass Valley Group and the different media groups, why don't we have something happening in technology here? And his Imaginarium, I mean, it's a lead-in. And it would be really important for Comcast to see what they're doing for the community. And they spend a lot of money on advertising, trying to get us to spend our dollars with them. They want to bring a new telephone thing forward. Well, I think the best kind of advertisement would be to say, look what you're doing with the community. And we have a great community where public access is really being served. John Church is doing so much things with Unitarian Church at St. Joseph's Cultural Center. I mean, we've had organizations like New Frontiers. We've had different political things. We have had Guild doing
sporting events.
Every
sporting event that occurs in the community.
We've had so many things at the fairgrounds. I mean, And people are often asking us to shoot all the time. I mean, I have a mortgage now because I've done so much volunteer work. But it's really, it's so important for people to realize the quality that public access offers us. Not only that, but it also is free speech. And I think when we had mentioned earlier that we have the PEG, the public, the education, and government, I think later someday we'll be using H for health, because people are living longer.
And we're getting entertainment. So now that I mentioned entertainment, let's see about having our musicians do some more stuff. Can we just introduce you guys?
My name's Chad York.
This is Chad and his friends.
I'm Michelle No.
And I'm Cedar Hennings.
And you guys are going to be performing a couple of times in the near future. So if folks would like to come and see you play, you're going to be, what do we have, the Stonehouse?
Stonehouse Restaurant on May 26th. That'll be Michelle and I. And then the big deal is July 29th. Michelle and I are going to play at Center for the Arts along with Utah Phillips, Ludi Hendricks, Sean Hostler, and Sage Poe. And we're doing a benefit for the Woolman Semester Program. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a sort of social justice, activism, peace program it's a 4-month program for high school students. They go there and live for 4 months. They do all kinds of cool stuff, and
Great.
Another great thing.
they really could use the money, of course. So I'm doing a benefit for them. July 29th, Center for the Arts at 7:30.
Is that a Sunday or
It's a Saturday.
And what is the time?
7:30 to whenever, 11 or 12.
And what time will you be at Stonehouse?
8 to 12. Stonehouse Restaurant.
And Lou, the nice thing about public access is we don't have intermissions.
That's right.
We don't have commercials. We're like
You just
HBO.
jump right in.
This
Yeah.
isn't really a commercial. It's just if you'd like to see these folks play, an opportunity to do so. So what was that first song that you played when we opened the show?
That was called Somewhere Over the Mountain, and that was
These are
like
all
half
your
of
material,
it.
right?
These are all my material, and that was about half of that song. You know, got about half of it in.
And what will you play for us now?
We're gonna do All My Words Are Gone, which Lou is familiar with. He played
Played on
some
that.
on my CD. Yeah.
Great.
So we'll just get right to it.
Yeah, go for it.
And we're on camera 3, right? There's no light, so. 4. Don't speak to me about motivation. Don't speak to me about intentions. Don't ask me if I think about it. All my words are gone. All my words are gone. Don't badger me about politicians. Don't badger me about indiscretions. Don't ask me if I care about it. All my words are gone. All my words are gone. The lights came down. They moved without a sound. I couldn't see their hands at all. Couldn't see their hands. Got mouths to feed, tired all the time now. Too much to do, can't think about it. No, no, no. Don't ask me if I think about it. All my words are gone. All my words are gone. And it's getting late, staring at the ceiling. Is it just my fate, or lack of feeling? Don't ask me if I care about it. All my words are gone. all my words are gone. The lights came down, couldn't move without a sound, couldn't see their hands at all, couldn't see their hands. Is it too late? Where do we stand in all this time? Is the future still our own? Can we relate to the questions in our time? And do we stand on solid ground? Don't speak to me.
Don't speak to me.
Don't speak to me.
Don't speak to me.
All my words are gone.
That was really nice. Yeah, good music. So, wait, that's almost like you guys do another one?
Yeah, sure. Just two now. So this is called Mystery. It's, grab my hands.
No extra charge for the tuning.
Yeah. My guitar is just getting used to the.
So, hey, as long as while Chad's tuning up, don't forget about this Idaho, Maryland mine issue that I keep bringing up. Apparently, the newspapers are presenting this as it's a done, well, they're not saying it's a done deal, but the mine people seem to think it is. And the newspapers keep presenting it as all these people in favor of it. Believe me, people are not in favor of the Idaho, Maryland mine. It's a disaster waiting to happen to you. So as long as you're at these city council meetings, you might want to mention that you're not too happy about this. And please, folks, do your own research. You can't trust the media to tell you what's going on. So in this event, this one thing, I'm so upset about this, and I'm sorry to hammer on this, but please pay attention and get out there and say something, or you're going to get it in your community, and then you'll have to live with the consequences. Sorry, Chad. Please go ahead.
It's okay. I think we need to get into one second. Sorry.
No, that's all right. So did I mention the Idaho, Maryland mine being a horrible thing that you might want to pay attention to?
It's a good time to talk about
But
the
this
mine.
is a perfect point about why public access is so good, because it
Absolutely.
offers free speech. It's another way that we could connect with our community in a joyous way, in a way to be active. I mean, remember when they were having the Poets for Peace
Sure.
at KVMR? I mean, there were a lot of people that came down from the ridge, and this was videotaped. We've had things with Martin Luther King Day. I mean, go NCTV.
She's a mystery to me, a candle in the window on a cold, stormy night. And I, a lone traveler, would walk for miles just to see her face. And she could drag me to the edges of the earth, and I would follow. And she could heal me set me free. With a profile of a queen and the poise of a wildcat in autumn's golden light, in the rising of the sun, in the setting of a silver moon. And she could drag me to the edges of the earth, and I would follow. And she could heal me with a touch of her hand and set me free. Well, she seems just beyond my reach, as close to me as the moon. If I could just reach out my hand. Yeah, she seems to be so close, but then she's gone. And she could drag me to the edges of the earth, and I would follow. And she could heal me with a touch of her hand and set me free.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks.
This
Thanks for
was
having us.
great.
on.
Oh, yeah, it's
This is
my
great.
pleasure.
Great fun. Yeah.
Very, very nice. How long have you guys been playing together? Now, the last time you were on, you had Ela playing cello.
Yeah.
You're not
Ela's-
Ela, so how did?
she's-
When did you?
Well, Cedar is a friend of mine. We all live up on the ridge, and he's actually going to Italy in
2 weeks.
Oh,
2
yeah?
weeks. You can find him in Italy on the streets.
on the
And
streets?
so we're going to be playing with my friend Lauren after that, and Cedar graciously agreed to sit in with us on this gig.
Oh, that's really
we're
nice. Well,
delighted to
welcome,
have him.
Cedar. That's really you
Thanks for
accomplished
having
player.
us. Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
fun to play with Chad. Really having a good
The
time.
material is wonderful. Chad writes great stuff.
It's good to sing.
Thanks.
We're having a good time singing with each other. So
Michelle, you're an old school Chad player. You've been around for a long time.
Yeah, since January.
Since January,
January.
building up slowly, one band member at a time.
Well, Greg, we'll talk a little bit more and kind of wrap it up, and then if you guys would be willing to do the outro, you can.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Yep. Sounds great.
Well, Adele, we had about 5 minutes left. You mentioned something, letter writing or email
Letter writing,
campaigns,
actually, much better than emailing, writing a letter, postcards, faxing, and then email last. But if you can't be there in present, write them a letter or send them a postcard. I mean, just give them something to show that you are paying attention.
Yeah, that you care about what's going on in your community, and that this is a valuable part of it, I think.
And, yeah, it is, and it is valuable. I mean, and we've grown so far; it would be like throwing out the baby with the bathwater right now.
Yeah, and another thing is, although you may or may not be able to see the city council meetings on TV, but if you attend a city council meeting, you'll see who your city council people are. You see who the board of supervisors are. You can put faces with those names, and you might come up with your own concern or something going on in your neighborhood that you'd like to have addressed, and you feel more comfortable about going to the city council meeting.
And some of these events, once again, we are crossing over with the library, and we are making video history. I mean, video archiving. So it's community. I mean, it's really important.
It is, and a lot of the events that occur here in the county, I know just like myself, everybody's got a lot of things going on. You can't go to everything that's happening. A lot of times Adele or myself or a few of our other friends will go and videotape events that are occurring.
Right.
See our friends at Tibet's having the monks, etc.
And the seniors love it. I mean, and the veterans love it. I mean, so there are a lot of things that we're doing where we're networking. Once again, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.
And thank you.
So before we shut down, I want to say, wait, I promised that I would send a shout out to my friends the baristas at the Sierra Roastery on Maltman Ave. So hi, you guys. And I want to thank Chad and Michelle and Cedar for coming on and playing. Thank you, guys. Adele, thanks for taking time out of your schedule. And we record this in the afternoon, so these folks are taking time off from work to come on and entertain you. So support this. And behind the scenes, Joe Lidwell, my director, Sam Spooner, working the soundboard, Terry Hicklin, Tricia True, and my son, Griffin Meyer, the camera guy. Thanks, Griff.
Doing a great job.
And this is a good use of reality TV. And
Yeah,
this
there
is
you
free.
So thanks. So quick, what song will you be playing?
Blue Waters.
Blue Waters. Thanks, Chad and friends, for
Thanks.
coming on. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Lou. We'll take her.
See you next time.
And thank you, Lou.
Terry Lamphere next week.
How many times have I been called into the deeper blue beneath her wake? Gently her persuasions call me from the sun and sand out where I lay. Blue waters, down, down, down away. Blue waters, down, down, down away. I know the sound of voices heard and echoes with the flowing of the stream. Still I keep an eye out for the echoes that reveal her winding scheme. Blue waters, down, down, down away. Blue waters, down, down, down away. Blue, blue moon paints the colors of the sky. Blue, blue moon painting silver clouds at night. I recall, blue, blue moon paints the colors of the sky. Blue, blue moon painting silver clouds at night. Blue waters, down, down, down away. Blue waters, down, down, down away. Blue, blue moon paints the colors of the sky. Blue, blue moon painting silver clouds at night. Blue, blue moon painting silver clouds at night. Blue moon painting silver clouds at night.
Our Northern Sierra Propane Team is a family-oriented business that is committed to giving you fast, prompt, and reliable service. Our goal is to never leave you without gas or heat in your home or your business.
From Pacifica, this is Democracy.